Hey friends, Alvin here. Welcome to your monthly snapshot for the month of February 2026. We have a whole bunch of stuff to share with you, so buckle up. Here we go. On Saturday, February the 28th, at Bramley Baptist Church is today's Teens Conference. This is the longest running, largest youth ministry conference in Ontario, and we get to be a part of it. And so whether you are coming maybe with a small group of youth leaders, your volunteer team, maybe other adults who are looking to invest in the upcoming generation, maybe even your senior church leadership team and some student leaders, we invite all of them to be there for this with hundreds of other youth leaders and student leaders gathered in one place. It's basically two conferences wrapped up in one. And so we would love to see you there. There are still some group rates available. And so we invite you to register at todaysteens.ca. And don't forget, as a bonus, for your Point Youth Leader, we invite them to come for free. And in fact, there is also a special Friday night Youth Leaders event as well that they can register for as well. So for that promo code, you can message me and I can tell you all about it. But in the meantime, hopefully I can see you there on February the 28th. If you have high school students who are right now in the middle of figuring out what their course load is going to be like for next year, we invite them to consider the Young Leaders Collective. This is actually a program with different tiers in it on how they can grow in who God has created them to be and also discovering the different ways that God has shaped them. But with this program, we want to connect them with up-and-coming leaders, other leaders who have already been established that can actually help them carve a pathway in where God is leading them towards. And so depending on which tier you choose, they might actually be able to earn a grade 11 credit as well. And so applications for the Young Leaders Collective is now available, and we invite you to check it out at youngleadercollective.ca. Going into April, we have a couple of things happening. First of all, we have our Ascent retreats. We have 3 more coming up in April and May in 3 different locations: at Silver Lake Wesleyan Church, at Circle Square Ranch in Brantford, and at Pierce Williams Camp down in the London area. And so with these different 3 retreats, whether you're in that region or you want to go to a different one in a different region, you're welcome to do that. We are excited because we have just been meeting with our leadership team this past week and looking forward to seeing the different ways that God is already putting different pieces in place. So a couple of things. First of all, if you are a church that is still looking to have that retreat experience for your youth ministry, consider the Ascent Retreat. And you can find out more information at cboq.ca/ascent. If you have any youth or young adults who are ages 16 and up and would like to grow in their ministry skills and experience, we invite them to be part of our implementation team. We're going to have a team at each of our 3 sites, and we are inviting up to 10 to 12 youth and young adults to be a part of the implementation team. And so again, information about that as well as the application form is available at cboqyouth.ca/ascent. Also in April is the deadline for our next round of student-led microgrants. This is an opportunity for your youth and young adults. If they have an idea, a ministry initiative that they want to get started with, maybe they're considering different ways that they can bring the person and message of Jesus to their friends. We want to hear about it and potentially through your church be able to help fund that. Up to $1,000 is available. And so we ask even now to start dreaming that. Maybe in your next youth ministry, youth group time, you might even ask them, hey, if you had $1,000 to help your friends to know who Jesus is, what would you do with it? Perhaps there are maybe some great ideas that the Holy Spirit is already beginning to bubble up. And so applications are due on April the 15th. If you have more questions, feel free to ask me. And all the information, again, is at cboq.ca/student-led grants. Also, we have a save the date for you. On June 4 to 6 is our next assembly, this year being held at Brock University. And so this is an opportunity for us to gather. This is our annual family gathering, our family reunion, if you want to call it that. An opportunity for us to hear from each other and to see where God is taking us as an association, as a family of churches. And so we ask you to block that off, June 4 to 6. More information will be available soon at baptist.ca/assembly. But in the meantime, keep those dates set aside, and we hope to see you there. Just want to remind you that our 5-to-1 church material is now available online. These are opportunities for your church to consider. What does it mean for you to help bring alongside 5 adults who are investing into every child and youth at your church? And so these could be formal or informal arrangements. These are connections that are made through their parents, through their guardians. But this is an opportunity for you as a church to consider what are the ways that you can strengthen the faith development of your kids and youth. So the initial information is available at baptist.ca/5-to-1. Also, there's a specific youth leader page available at cboqyouth.ca/5-1. And so this is something our church is considering. As you read through material and try to discern what are the next steps forward, we would love to have that conversation with you. And so feel free to reach out to me to be able to see what are the different ways that God might be challenging your church to make those 5-1 circle connections. Lately, depending on what part of Quebec and Ontario you're in, you may be feeling the cold. And so even in the midst of that, we are grateful that God is faithful. We are grateful that God continues to hopefully show you how to help the students, whether it's in your church or in your neighborhood, to know Jesus, to hear his message, and to embrace where he is taking them. So in the meantime, if there are ways that we can pray for you, we would love to hear about that. Send me a message. We also have our monthly prayer list that goes out. And so if you want to be part of that list, you can also find out more at cboq.ca/prayer. In the meantime, blessings to you as you continue to journey with these students that God has entrusted you with.